Hi guys, Dr. Justin Berta, Tattooed Business Doc. Follow us on our socials or our website www.tattooedbusinessdoc.co.za. Right, now I've gotten a bit of criticism because apparently I'm very critical about African entrepreneurs, but I'm not really, guys. A person can have a green apple and a red apple, but an apple is an apple as long as you compare an apple to an apple and not an apple to an onion. Let's go there. Right, I know some brilliant black business people. You know, when I did my BE thesis, I spoke a lot about Professor Mardi and stuff like that because he wrote a book and had all these great black business people. All of them went to them and asked them about BE, everything else. Some of them used BE, but most of them, when you listen to their stories, they built a business from nothing. Think about Black Like Me. Now, Black Like Me was a company started during apartheid. Okay, and back then, obviously, black entrepreneurs didn't have what they have today, but he built an empire. There's a lot of people. I mean, I work with some of the retail organizations out there that's got franchise stores and stuff like that, and I'm working with one of those guys who's got a few stores, and I mean, that man is brilliant. I've learned so much from him. Really, is a brilliant black business person. And I know a lot of them. I know a guy that's already got two. When I did my PhD, he was doing his PhD in business management, but he already had a PhD in engineering. And he had a beautiful engineering business, an exceptional mind, works himself to death. He never had any help in terms of BE. He did it by himself. You know, and there's a lot of guys out there that can do it. If you go and look at what they call the Kazi, informal business, which is, Kazi is a location, or you go into the townships and all those kind of things. There's so many little spaza shops and tire replacement shops, guys that's made ramps out of cement so they can fix up your exhaust pipes, stuff like that. I mean, when I go out to the far end, if you drive from Pretoria and you go to Harties, I've got a friend, and every time I go to a friend, there's a guy that's right next to like a squatter camp that's like gripped, got power and everything else. He's got his own workshop there. And the guy's so good that there's cars just standing there. That people are waiting for him to fix their cars. You know, and he makes a decent living off that. And he also looks after his community, everything else. They look after him again. I mean, I see him working till 8, 9, and 10 o'clock at night. And he's brilliant at what he does. If you look at how many cars are standing there. Everybody waiting for him because he's affordable for the people that live in a township or in a informal settlement, you know. And there's a massive, and this is the thing that people don't understand. And yes, a lot of these black businesses are foreign owned, but a lot of them South African owned. And a person cannot say anymore South African, and the rest of Africa's African. They're all African. They all come from the same place, same roots, same everything. Guys, people have a terrible misconception about Zulus, Xhosas, and all those kind of guys being native to South Africa. They are definitely not native. The Zulus were not native. A lot of the tribes, a lot of the cultures were not native to South Africa. They were native to the larger African when they came down after colonization, all those kind of things. So there is a massive the informal market is billions of rands. It's very difficult to actually gauge how big that market is because it's not formal. Capitec CEO said it's a massive business because you know what, they're the cheapest in terms of the credit card machines and stuff like that. So they see it from the point of how many transactions is done in your Kazi and economics and your township spaza shops and those kind of things. The bars, the food places, stuff like that. I mean, where my office is, if you drive down the road, there's so many ladies sitting next to the road where they're making poppin' and chicken, you know, poppin', I don't even know the other name. And all the truckers stop there, grab their lunches and everything else. And so I saw another lady, I mean, hell, she was walking with a little drum thing with millies in it that's been cooked. And then people would just stop next to her and then get a millie, and there they go. And all of that is entrepreneurship. So I'm very, 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 how can I say, I'm humbled to see that the Africans have embraced entrepreneurship within their environment. Again, we're talking about environment because it's not an easy environment. trust me, they also get robbed. Their shops also get broken into. Their shops also get burnt down. People steal from them when they're not looking. All those kind of things. It's not like they get away that they don't have crime. They suffer the same level of crime that everybody else suffers. You will be shocked if you know how many theft and rapes and murders and everything else takes place in informal settlements and townships. They also experience it, housebreakings, everything else. People have got a terrible misconception. Terrible misconception. And I have just a strong opposition to BEE, because I feel that we've got enough black entrepreneurs out there that if they were given the chance and they were given the skill set and money wasn't just shoved up their assholes, you know what, our industries would have been preserved. This country lost pretty much 3/4 of its industrialization. It lost it. South Africa is now a logistical market and a financial market and a services market. We don't really produce on a scale which a person can say we're competitive within the world. We're still a big giant in terms of raw materials, yes, but even then, our Minister of Mining, Toothless Wonder, his department isn't approving mining licenses. It just isn't. I think there was something like 2,000 licenses up for renewal or application, and only 2 was put through. So it's a disaster waiting to happen. But you know what? That is unfortunately also a government that has got no vision or stuff like that. So it's a very bad misconception if you think I don't appreciate black entrepreneurs. There's so many to speak about. It is scary, and they are brilliant. The guys that's doing it, man, I've got so much respect because they're doing it without help. You know, an entrepreneur is not someone that gets money shoved up his ass and then he goes out there, buys up a business that he knows nothing about, and then he starts running it. I mean, I saw it when a lot of retail stores and franchise agreements were given to Africans to run those shops, own the shops, and all those kind of things. And it's cross-board, guys, food, retail, all sorts, because there's a lot of franchises, and most of them closed because those are generational businesses. I'm sorry to say, when you look at retail and shops, Spar, Pick n Pay, Checkers, and all those kind of guys, the franchise guys always did well with that. It was your Italians, your Greeks, your Portuguese, because they grew up in those businesses. And I've seen some of our colored families and people out of the colored community, and also white. I mean, the Afrikaner community. Afrikaner is also not that good in retail, but once it hits like the 2nd to 3rd generation in retail, those guys are experts because they grew up behind the bloody till. Your grandparents said to you, go sit behind the till. You're gonna be a till person for the weekend. And people grew up in that, and because they grew up in that, they knew what they were doing. And a lot of Africans didn't grow up into it. It's just an opportunity was given to them and funded from some other's fund or some benevolent thing or whatever, and it failed because they didn't know, and they weren't taught well enough. They didn't get the continued development and help from the franchise guys, and it failed businessly, and some companies have been hit hard. I know of one retail giant which the industry is thinking will not be in existence within 3 years, and it would be a terrible loss to the South African economy, history, and transformation. Everything else with that company dies or ceases to exist. I've known that company since I can remember. And a lot of the guys, a lot of their competitors are having a very hard time. Cost of living, everything else is high. But you'll find that some entrepreneurs are clever enough to use the cost of living to their advantage. So you can produce your own food and sell that to other people. Nothing stops you from planting your own tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuces, all those kind of things. You can do it on a small scale in a normal tunnel. You've got the space at home, in your yard or whatever. Community-based growing schemes. There's so many things you can do. But people don't think about it because they don't have that entrepreneurial mindset, because everybody wants to go for the big money. People want an easy life, and entrepreneurship is not an easy life. But you've got to compare apples with apples, no matter if it's green apple and red apple. Only difference is the one is sour, the other one is sweet. And you know what, you've got to understand also the influence of mass business like Walmart coming into the market. But Walmart is replacing game stores. So don't get confused. You're going to see less and less game stores because they're replacing game stores. Because remember, they bought out Massmart, Game is part of Massmart, so it's Macro. So I'm seeing that they're replacing game stores with Walmart. So don't get that confused, guys. They're just changing the name. Okay? And then you've got your Pakistanis and Indians and your Chinese opening up stores, bottle stores, all those kind of things. And their winning thing is they buy in bulk. They all stand together, buy together in bulk and get better prices. I mean, some of the stuff also fall off a truck. I mean, guys, we're in a crime-ridden country. I mean, crime is a part of life, and you've got to navigate your business life in terms of that. So, guys, I just put this segment in to say that the black entrepreneurs out there might shock their white counterparts if we can just take the race out of the equation and see each other as business people, understand each other, and all that. And BE is not helping. It's really not helping. And a lot of politicians that keep on with white monopoly capitalism, all that bullshit, it's not helping. And a lot of Afrikaans commentators and AfriForum and all those kind of guys is continuously battling things and throwing mud and kicking up dust and everything else. You know what? It's tiring out both sides of the equation. It's really, we're both whites, blacks, pink and purples. We're all getting tired of this. We want to get on with life. We want to get on with business and all those kind of things. So person needs to find common ground and just get through this. So guys, don't write each other off. I mean, sometimes people say that I'm very critical, but guys, I've also seen some brilliant, very educated, and some of them are not educated. Really, they're not, but they are terribly brilliant at making money. And a person needs to appreciate that no matter what race you are. So guys, got your back. I'll see you next time. Everything will be okay.